Welcome to the Public Relations Orientation Session. I'm Paula, and I'm here with Trish and Martha on behalf of the PR faculty team. We're going to share with you a little bit of information about all three of our PR programs, our Bachelor of PR degree, our PR diploma, and our PR postgrad. So let's get started. Okay, so again, welcome to our session. We're going to be covering off all three of our programs and just starting with just a little high-level overview of what you can expect in each of these programs. So why study PR? PR is a diverse profession and there are many possible pathways, many places that you can take your PR education. We like to think of it as a choose your own adventure. So what career adventure will you choose? This is an essential skill set and an essential job in organizations to support their brand and to help them tell their story. And there's never been a more important time than now for that story to be told. PR also stacks really well with your passions, your interests, and your past education. It's highly creative, it's very applied, and it's a dynamic, ever-changing career. We also offer co-op and work experience opportunities, and that really helps you to apply your skills and make sure that you graduate job ready.
So the diploma program, thanks Paula, it's 2 years. It's foundational. You get all the skill sets you need to hit that workforce running. It includes a 5-week unpaid but work experience within the PR profession. We're combining really well with any academic background that you're bringing into the program. You'll come out with strong writing, design, and digital experience. That's what we're emphasizing in this program. And there's also the possibility when you finish that diploma that you can bridge into our degree program.
So I'll jump in and share a little bit about our degree. We consider this a more immersive experience. So if you're really interested in studying public relations or communications, we use those two terms, then you'll want to do a 4-year degree. What's great about this degree is that it also includes 2 paid co-op work terms, which is a great way to get solid experience in the field and a great way to develop your network. You may not even be thinking about this at this point, but if you ever think that down the road you'd like to do your master's degree, having a BA will allow you to continue your academic studies. So this program is ideal for those of you who have excelled in English, you love to write, perhaps you've been told you have a way with words, then you might want to consider the degree.
Okay, and finally, our 1-year postgraduate program. It's our Public Relations Integrated Communications program. We would consider this a complementary program, which means it's complementary to anything you've studied prior. So perhaps you studied science, or you studied psychology, or you studied childcare. It can really be anything. And then you can become a communicator within that sector. So it allows you to stack that with your skills and passions that you already have. So it's a great add-on to a variety of educational backgrounds. It does have an optional paid co-op. You do need to meet a GPA requirement, but that's a great opportunity for you at the end of the 8 months. You would then add a 4-month co-op. It is very project-based and applied, and it has, unlike the other 2 programs, it has quite a heavy emphasis on marketing and integrated communications. So it's really a blend of PR and marketing communications. So all 3 are great options, and really it is one career, and there are 3 possible pathways. This program is based at Doon, our Doon campus, which is in Kitchener, Ontario. And there's lots of options for taking a tour. These days, the tours are virtual. But if you go to the college website, you'll see a number of options. One is an online guided tour. You can also participate in some live online events. And there are lots of virtual resources for you to check out so you can really get a sense of what it is to experience our program, but also what it is to experience our school and our campus.
So you may be wondering, well, all of that sounds great, but what are the job prospects in this field? So the great news is that communications and PR is a growing field in Canada, and actually there is a shortage of people to fill entry-level communications roles. So that's really exciting. The one thing I would like to mention is that Paula mentioned earlier, it's a choose your own adventure type of field. That really is the case in communications and PR. Whatever you are passionate about, whatever field you're interested in, you can find communications and PR roles in those fields. So as an example, if you're interested in the arts, perhaps music or film, there are communications roles in that field. Perhaps your interest is in healthcare. Hospitals and organizations like that hire communicators. So it's the type, so these are just some of the types of roles in the field. And really you can take on these roles whether you are working in a company, for a charitable organization, or a public institution like a hospital or a college. And really, really exciting opportunities. So I think at this point, we're going to shift from our presentation to actually sharing with you some of the questions that we've received from students over the years, and hopefully this information is helpful for you. So I'm going to kick it off with a question for Paula. Paula, you've been with the PR program really since the beginning, 16 years ago. What for you, what is the best part about teaching in this program and teaching PR?
I think for me, this profession never gets old. It is constantly changing. So what I'm teaching today is very different than what I was teaching 16 years ago. The foundations are there, but the tools are different, the opportunities are different. So I love how ever-changing this field is. I'm very passionate about it, and I get to share that passion with the students and continue to help them succeed and thrive. So I think it's really about helping them to connect to opportunities and about how dynamic and interesting this subject is. I'm going to shift to asking a question of Trish. Trish, you have a media background, including experience in on-air television journalism. So how would you explain the difference between PR and journalism?
Yeah, thanks, Paula. And you'll find actually a lot of our faculty, there are quite a few faculty that have journalistic backgrounds, and it's a good shift in the PR profession. You'll see that journalism and PR, that there is that transition. So I usually like to think of it as media. It's that peek behind the curtain of what a successful PR professional can do. What press release gets our attention? What a story pitch and interviews and that relationship building. And the crossover to PR, though, that I find is PR is so varied. Our relationships and communications that we're building can be internal communications, external, government, it could be community relations or nonprofit. So that's the exciting piece that I like, to bring the media in to help our PR professional students learn that piece of media relations, but also open the door to a wide variety of experience. And actually that takes me to my question for Martha. Speaking of experience, you join us with over 25 years of corporate PR. Maybe you'd like to touch on the importance of the faculty experience within our programs.
Yeah, thanks, Trish. I think what's actually really special about our faculty team, and certainly a differentiator for our program, is that we have that great combination of having people with academic backgrounds. We have a number of faculty members who have their PhDs, but a number of people like myself, and I think the three of us actually have real world experience in the field. And I think it's that combination of both the academic and the practical experience that is so valuable for our students. So in my case, I have, throughout my career, as my career progressed, I have hired lots of people into this field. So I know what employers are looking for, and I know what is really required in terms of developing PR campaigns and PR plans. So I do think that's the value that I can bring to our students. So Trish, back to you for a second, if I can. Sometimes students wonder, well, should they register or apply to a degree or to a diploma? From your perspective, are there the same types of career opportunities for students in a diploma program and degree?
Yeah, it's a great question. In fact, I'd say it's the #1 question that I get from our diploma students is the diploma, will that be enough? And my response to that is it absolutely gets you into the workplace, and the workforce values that. It's something to think about in terms of a complete package that you're bringing to the table. So you have that diploma, it's a piece of the package. It's your volunteer work, it's your work experience. It might be the academics that you're also adding on to that. So it's a piece that really is vital to that package that you're bringing as you pursue your career. And we have a very tight knit alumni of diploma graduates that definitely can reinforce the importance of that diploma to their career arc. And also, I just would like to touch on that 1 year post-grad. That also is a great, I kind of think of it as that steroid shot to the diploma or degree that you're bringing to the program, because you do need a degree or diploma to get into the grad certificate. And you learn this laser focused skill set on top of that education that you're bringing in that will combine the sales, the advertising, marketing, and PR into a communication strategy. So both are great stepping stones into the workforce for sure. So Paula, I love talking innovation, and you're our go-to for innovation. You kicked off a great innovative idea that is a PR agency within Conestoga. So is that real life experience for our students where they get to work with clients?
Yes, this has been so much fun. We kicked off a student agency 2 years ago, and we work with a different partner each year where we have multiple clients come in, and the students are assigned to small mini micro agencies. And they do work for these clients, and they do everything right from assessing the client's needs right through to executing the work. So they build an amazing portfolio, a great network. In fact, we've probably had about 10 co-op jobs come out of that agency. So they've landed actual jobs. They've added to their skill set and their portfolio. And it's a lot of fun for me as a PR practitioner to coach them and to help them create real work. So they take all of the skills, this occurs in 3rd year. So they take all of the skills that they've learned in the first couple of foundational years in the degree program, and then they apply those to a real client situation. So it's a lot of fun. It's just one of many things that our team does. Numerous faculty members are bringing innovation into the program. And I think that's, again, something that really sets it apart. So my question for Martha is along that same line of innovation, because I know you do quite a bit in terms of simulations and really trying to, maybe we can't always take the students out into the community or the workforce for every project, but we can simulate that. And so tell us a little bit quickly about the simulations that you're doing.
Yeah, so I'm doing 2 this year, both really fun. I'm partnering with our journalism program. So Conestoga has a terrific journalism program. And so I'm teaching 2 crisis communications courses. And in the diploma, our journalism students will set up mock interviews. So they'll either simulate a radio interview or a TV interview. And our PR students will be the spokespeople who are being interviewed about a particular issue or a crisis. We're doing a similar simulation in our degree program for our 4th year students. In that case, we're actually going to do a mock news conference. We take them into the journalism school, and it's set up with cameras. So it really is a real life simulated news conference where our PR students will be on camera. They'll be on the hot seat answering questions to the media about a crisis. Okay, so I think at this point we've tried to share some interesting information and answer some questions that you may be thinking about. And at this point, I will turn it back over to Trish.
Well, thanks, Martha. I just want to say thank you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Paula. Thank you, Martha. As you can see, our email address is on the slide. So if you have further questions, you can direct them to us specifically, depending on the program that you see listed there. And we really look forward to seeing you launch into the PR and see where it can take you. Thank you.